Back to the theme parks we go! Hey everyone, Dave K here today. So excited to share today's adventure with you to Universal Orlando Resort. It's pass holder preview day. They had a couple of preview days for annual pass holders at Universal Orlando Resort, and so we're making our way now to enjoy our pass holder day. We had to sign up in advance. We got an email with our annual pass level saying, hey, if you're an annual pass holder, make sure you sign up to get that ticket, and we signed up. It took a lot of attempts to get on that website. Just had to try refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and checking back later in the day, but eventually able to get reservations to go to Universal Studios on pass holder preview days before the official park opening. Let's check it out. Now, as part of the pass holder preview opening, not only did you have to sign up for your special spot, put in all your information, you have to bring on day of your annual pass, your photo ID, and this ticket, which I was able to get again online by using that online functionality saying sign up for your ticket. Again, it was a little bit of a challenging software. There were a lot of people trying to sign up, so some bugs on that website, but overall, again, after several attempts, we were able to make it work. So glad that worked out for us. So excited to get back to the park here today. And I'm here with Mike. Mike, are you excited to get back to the park here today as well?
Very excited. Just being out and about. Just being out and about and experiencing something we haven't done in a long, long time is something to smile about.
Yes, it's definitely the beginning of the future, right, as we move forward back into it, going out and having fun. Looking forward to checking it all out. Now, a couple things that we know as we're making our way in. I think we heard something about virtual queuing and being able to make your way into queues for some of your favorite attractions virtually. I'm not sure if that's through the app. They do have that sort of thing for Jimmy Fallon, so I'm wondering if they're going to kind of take that system and roll it out to all the other attractions here today. Another thing is, of course, we're wearing our masks and following those same safety procedures that we followed in City Walk or in any of the other theme park destinations while we're in this current climate. As a first step on this process here, looks like we do have to kind of show them our annual passes for parking. So that's back, but you see welcome back, stay healthy right here on this sign, face covering required, and all that jazz. So interesting to see that parking process has returned. And the attendants appear to be wearing masks as well, so that's nice to see. It also seems like there's a good quantity of people here today. I was not expecting as much in terms of lines in the parking lot and kind of going through that parking process as we've seen thus far. Definitely far more crowded than when we came to City Walk. So maybe this is a popular time for people to kind of check in and visit those pass holder preview days. We'll have to see how it looks inside the park, but definitely makes me think it might be more crowded than City Walk that day. Making our way through the parking lot now, you can see they are spacing out the cars. It looks like kind of one spot between each car, so it's very nice. Also, our attendants here are wearing masks, as you can see. Again, glad to see that procedure in place as well, but a lot more crowded than I was anticipating here at Universal Studios this morning. Let's take a look how it is inside when we get in the park. Hopefully, again, it won't be too crazy busy, and they'll have similar regulation to what we're seeing here with the spacing between the cars and spacing between people, but let's see how it goes. And here we go, masks on, walking towards the entrance of Universal. Again, lots of people here, all kind of parked and walking towards that lot. We got a good amount of space between us and those other groups, but again, people just kind of keep flowing here, so hopefully it won't be too close to one another when we're in the park. But again, see what things look like. Yeah, so those crowds are no joke. It's hard to find a break here just in the general foot traffic, and look at this, there's really no distance there between people. Really concerning for me, but we'll see when we get closer. So here are the groups kind of standing, waiting to get their temperature checked. You can tell me that these are all giant groups of people, but I kind of get the concern, kind of have the feeling that they're not quite. But again, definitely extremely crowded. Flowing crowds coming in right behind us. We're moving up quickly, moving through quickly. You can appreciate the excitement of everyone to get back in there, but wow, I mean, really so many people here today. And they're doing those checks up front like they were in the past for City Walk, temperature checks. People have to wear their mask from this point forward. So we'll see how things go. All right, we're through our temperature checks there, and we'll be on our way into the parks. Again, quite crowded over here. Temperature checks, just people flowing in every which direction. Walking the walkway, just hopefully kind of get some distance, but let's check it out. So we are through security now, making our way on that moving walkway towards City Walk. I'm curious to see how things will look when we get to the park. But again, so many people back there by security just trying to move through. Not really seeing where my 6 feet distance is, but we'll see. Again, see how things go in terms of getting into the park as well. Up ahead, that same marching band we saw when City Walk opened. They're not marching at all, I guess. Just drumline. Kind of hanging out here, playing on that ledge, under that, or above that, welcome to Universal Orlando sign. Again, plenty of people, as you can see out here, making their way in. But everybody's got their masks on, so that's good. So we're back in City Walk now, walking our way down to Islands of Adventure. You can see, again, a lot of people walking down this way. Those boats running out there as well. If you look really closely down there, you can see that. Chocolate Emporium, all kinds of other venues and stores around us are nice to see. But let's see what's open here today, what we can do, and what things look like inside Islands of Adventure. You'll see signage here that recommends those masks and keeping social distancing, of course. The masks most people are doing, I think that's actually required. But let's see some social distancing going on here. Now making our way into the parks, excited to get inside. Let's see how it looks. And we're back inside Islands of Adventure. Glad to be back. But again, still very surprised by these crowds here this morning. We'll see. Here we go. I'm glad to be back. Glad it's the beginning of adventures. The adventure begins right here. First character spotting by Mike up on the bridge there is Kung Fu Panda. I've never actually had the chance to meet Kung Fu Panda, and I love Kung Fu Panda. I mean, very fun character. So, we'll have to see if maybe, oh, hey Kung Fu Panda. We'll have to see if maybe we can meet up with him a little bit later, see if he'll be down on the park. Or actually, you know what? They probably won't. This is probably our character interaction is from a view, which I can really appreciate. I think it's cool that they've got that idea going. We can wave to Kung Fu Panda. Maybe we can take a social distancing picture with Kung Fu Panda from right down here. That might be a fun idea. Let's see what we can do. So here we have a variety of different locations. You can see kind of across the bridge. That's very cool to see. In front of Harry Potter is kind of some roller coaster track. I'm pretty sure that's Hagrid's. Down this way, a bunch of people heading towards Harry Potter. A You Rest area. You can remove your face covering on this area. So that's very interesting to see as well. And over to our left, the Marvel Universe. Again, plenty of people here to enjoy opening day. And here are the wait times. Pretty short here, first thing in the morning. But let's see how things go. And we can join the, let me join the line here for Hagrid's. Didn't even see that right when you walk in the park. That's fantastic. Let me do it as we speak here. So here in the You Rest area, the area that you can take off your mask, we can see a lot of people relaxing, still advising they social distance in this area. And this is kind of that area with a beautiful view of the lake. Very nice to see. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a pass here for Hagrid's. It seems like they're having some issues with Hagrid's and Forbidden Journey. We're going to keep trying, see what else we can find. But let's see how things go here. So I'm looking through the app here for some virtual passes. And I can't quite get this to work. Dr. Doom Spearfall says 5-minute wait, but I don't see where you can get a virtual line pass on here. So very interesting. Head to the ride entrance when it's your time and tap the virtual line pass below to get started. But that's not an option here on this one. And when I go over to one of these other attractions like Hagrid's, we've got virtual line delayed at Forbidden Journey and virtual line closed at Hagrid's. So very interesting to see. We'll have to see how things play out. And when I click into, for example, Kong here, you click virtual line pass and there's no passes available. So see if something changes on that front, but this is where we're at right now. To start us off this morning, would love to do some Hulk here. You can see that there are people on the attraction right now. The coaster is riding around, but I couldn't find the virtual pass thing to work. I couldn't seem to get one. So let's see what this looks like. I did see on the app it looked like single rider queue was a thing. So I'm not sure if that's kind of how they're doing the coasters, just kind of single rider style, or if there's something else going on. So we'll find out when we get over here. Definitely a new look for some of these places as well, in terms of this kind of gated area in front of Storm Force, Accelatron, kind of how people are managing, whether it's locker checks or otherwise. So let's see what we can figure out. So this is the standby line here for Hulk. It says 30-minute wait. My guess is, again, this is kind of what distancing looks like in the line. It looks like a 30-minute, it doesn't look like a 30-minute wait, but this must be what it is. So let's see if we can get in line here. No virtual passes on Hulk, but let's check it out. Just got off the Hulk coaster. You can see operational here, and they had some great procedures in place to make sure we stayed nice and safe throughout the duration of our waiting in line and while on the ride. Let me tell you all about it here. First of all, one of the things that was really beneficial in the queue is they had someone calling out, giving you that advice, saying stay 6 feet apart. They mentioned that you should keep your mask on, make sure it's covering your nose as well as your mouth. And I'm glad that someone was there to kind of communicate and reinforce those procedures we're supposed to follow. In addition, throughout the queue, they did have those clear markings of where 6 feet apart were. Not so much at the line outside the ride, but once you actually enter the queue, as you're making your way through the attraction. A lot of different indicators as to where to stand so people are staggered. Maybe move quickly through one line so that you don't have to stand in that line. There's kind of a line gap between the two separate lines inside. It's kind of hard to show you here, but hopefully you get the idea. Another thing I loved was hand sanitizer right at the front of the ride. Just as you're about to board, they give you hand sanitizer and tell you what row to get on. We had our own row and 2 rows to ourselves. It was rows 1, 3, 5, and 7, I want to say. So it was great. They were staggering rows, and we had our own row. All very smart, very beneficial. I think the systems are good in order to make sure people are staying safe. One of the bigger challenges is making sure that people are starting to learn and follow those procedures, including covering their nose and their mouth at all times, in addition to make sure they're standing exactly on those lines, following the 6 feet apart rules. Otherwise, I really did feel like it was a fantastic experience, worked out very well. The systems in place were great to protect us. And Mike, what did you think of the attraction? How did they do for us?
I think they did a great job. The experience itself was really good. They kept us at distances, which I thought were really smart. The blue tape lines just takes getting used to, but overall, thumbs up. Not only Universal, but the experience itself.
All right, glad we had a chance to check this one out. Maybe now Spider-Man, or maybe we'll just loop around the park, depending upon what lines seem like. It only said about 20 minutes for Spider-Man, but this one said 30, and it took a little over an hour. So there's something to be said for that in terms of judging lines. Still can't find anything for Forbidden Journey or Hagrid's, unfortunately, so it is what it is. We'll see what we can do here today, but it's nice to be able to take the time and check it out. And again, you can see these crowds are plenty crowded here. Lots of people hanging around and looking to experience the fun here at Universal. An epic adventure, but a crowded one as well. Now we're here by the amazing Spider-Man. Amazingly super Spider-Man, says the newspaper man. But you can see, again, a good chunk of people here kind of hanging out by the line, kind of a long outdoor queue going on. And I'm thinking maybe we'll skip this one here today. It says 15 minutes, but I want to see the whole park, you know, make the loop and see what social distancing looks like throughout the park. So for now, I'm thinking we're just going to make the loop around, and we'll come back and see Spider-Man another time. And would you look at this? We've got Spider-Man on the stage, just hanging out there in front of us. Love it. Beautiful poses. Hey, Spider-Man. How's it going? Nice. I like it. Yeah. And we've got the selfie with Spider-Man zone. Love it. Beautiful for taking pics.
Appreciate it.
Very cool to see that selfie with Spider-Man zone back there. I love how they're doing that. Very smart way to take those same characters and be able to interact with them from a distance. And there's a queue right here that kind of lets you lead up to them in case a lot of people get in line. So very cool. I don't think I actually remember that kind of moon-looking thing. I feel like maybe there is some new stuff. Oh, hey. What's up? I feel like there is some new stuff going on here at Universal with that sun up there. Again, don't feel like I've seen that before. It's very interesting to see that tree, little boy playing on it. Maybe they're working on some new stuff here. I feel like there was some construction going on, but I didn't imagine anything would be done. So maybe I'm crazy. Let me know. What I have not been pointing out is what's open and what's closed, and just so you can kind of take a look here. Some stuff is open, and of course, some stuff is closed. If you look down here by Bill Dread Barges and some of Popeye's area, that whole region is closed off, and the same goes for, it looks like Dippin' Dots here, and some of these other restaurants, stores, or attractions. So something to keep in mind. Not everything's open, but it is a nice start. Something else I've never noticed, Ale to the Chief. Check that out up there, Ale to the Chief is the name of this venue. Very cool. See the name of this restaurant. And people grabbing some snacks here as well. And it is now raining. And if you've been wondering to yourself, David, why are you wearing a jacket in the Florida heat? It's raining. I looked at the predictions, but there was a chance of rain, and lo and behold, it's raining. But we're good, we're comfy. You got a GoPro, I got a rain jacket, and we all comfy. And Mike's got to find a bag for his camera too, so whoopsie.
It's not waterproof.
An update while we're looking for a shopping bag here for Mike. I've grown a cyst out of my left arm. Seems substantial. Carrying it, and this is a good way to keep your stuff dry while you're looking for a shopping bag to keep your camera and delicate stuff dry. So let's see what we can find, but good solution for now.
Reasons for the GoPro right there.
And check out this beautiful construction here in the world of Jurassic Park. You can see it's come so much further than last time we were here. Part of me feels like maybe even they've been working during this time. Absolutely amazing to see all that going on. And look at these little raptors here. I don't think those were there before. And I'm not sure there was that sign up there either. Raptor Encounter. That kind of big banner holding Raptor Encounter. That's amazing. So we're making our way to this Raptor Encounter sign. I've got you in my hood right now. Trying to keep you dry so you don't get any rain on the lens. But I'm going to take you out here for a second just so you can see this Raptor Encounter sign. Very cool to see that they've set up that whole kind of banner for it. It must be very popular. And then more of that construction again on the other side. glad to see everything still going on, taking place here and brewing in the world of Jurassic Park. And a beautiful view of Harry Potter and Hogwarts as we make our way into Hogwarts. Nice to see these views, as well as some construction going on here, some green leafy signs letting us know something's going on. Hogwarts, the top school in the wizarding world, with some renowned magicians and wizards such as Harry Potter. Let us step inside and enjoy the magic and the wonder. So we're here at Forbidden Journey, and they are indeed closed, as you may be able to tell. Unfortunately, not going to be able to catch that one here today, but it is still a nice day to be able to enjoy some park time, you know, explore, maybe do some shopping, and just kind of walk around the park and see what it's going to be like moving forward. And what must be the most crowded part of the park here is Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. It seems like maybe, I'm not sure if they're out of passes or everybody's got a pass already. Something on that sign I'm definitely not used to seeing. There's a bunch of people standing around. Maybe they're all in line already with their virtual passes. But really, wow, in terms of these lines, quite busy. You can see they wrap around here as well, at least some of them. And this part I like a little bit better with the distancing lines and the distancing signs. But with some of these larger parties, it's a little bit too easy to get too close to one another here. Look at this line. This has got to be for Hagrid's. I'm always used to seeing this one during the regular year, but kind of surprised to see it right now, especially with as close as some of these people are standing and right around this same area, you know, Poseidon's Fury area. Just so many people kind of back to back next to each other trying to move around. I'm trying to find my 6 feet, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. So it is definitely a challenging problem here at Universal. And the crowd flow continues here, even making our way out of Poseidon's area towards that restaurant. I guess because maybe this is close to a high traffic entrance area, right? Maybe people are just entering the park trying to come to Harry Potter. They might come this way, but again, still it's dripping down. It's getting a little bit slower here, but still plenty of people in terms of crowds. Shocking to see the never open green eggs and ham here is indeed open for business. You've got all kinds of different tot options and that s'mores plate. Love this spot, really nice one. But will it be something we get here today or something we come back for at a later point just because of the current climate? We'll see. I'm so glad we had the chance to check out a bit of the pass holder day here at Universal, but there's so much to do today between work and all those other activities. So until the next adventure to Universal, the adventure lives on. Now there still is City Walk, and we're going to discuss a little bit more of our thoughts here today, but making our way now out of Islands of Adventure. It was fun. More signage on the way out. We appreciate your cooperation during this time. Thank you for visiting. It's that same sign that reads "Be safe, social distance" on the other side as we make our way. A lot less crowded here in City Walk, and I did enjoy getting some stuff here last time at City Walk, but I was just really surprised in terms of those crowds there in the parks. And look at people on the boat from the resorts. I'm wondering if they're staying in the resorts right now. They all have their masks on, which is nice to see, but maybe they're making their way into the parks from one of the resorts. I don't know how long the resorts opened up, you know, how long have they been open? So something to ask, I guess. So back in the car now, making our way out of Islands of Adventure and out of Universal today. Overall, I'm so glad we had the chance to get back, and I'm looking forward to the future of fun. So much to share. Overall, I thought Universal had a lot of great procedures in place to make sure people were staying safe. There were a lot of indicators and markings to say that people should keep their distance in certain zones. They even had people communicating their concerns about make sure your nose are covered or make sure you keep enough space in line. One thing I would love to see improve is for people to start to get a better understanding of where those lines are and keeping that 6 feet apart. I think that was one of the bigger challenges. With so many people there today at Universal enjoying the fun, I'm sure lots of people eager to get back to some relaxation, to some vacation. Maybe people had a harder time finding exactly where that 6 feet was. Maybe Universal didn't have that much space to allocate to those people. So that's one of the biggest changes I'd love to see in the future, in addition to making sure people are keeping their masks on, covering their nose for 100% of that time, except maybe in that U zone, but I saw people outside that zone as well. We want to make sure we're covering our noses. Mike, your thoughts on the day. What did you think of Universal Islands of Adventure today?
It was just great to be back out. That was the biggest part of it. Back out and about. Yes, there are some kinks to work out in terms of where to stand in line and the blue tape and all those things, but overall, just being out and about to me felt great.
So overall, it was a great day. So glad we had the chance to experience it, and so glad that Universal did these pass holder preview days. Makes it easier for me to find that time, book that reservation, and come visit the park, so I don't have to worry about allocating that time. But I'm sure coming up, we'll find another time to get back to the parks. I gotta see again when I'm feeling sufficiently comfortable to make another trip out here, when I'm able to make that with my schedule, make that happen. So there's so many elements to consider, but I'm so glad I had a chance to share it with you today, and I'm looking forward to so many more fun adventures to come. Thanks so much for being a part of the fun with me today. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell to stay informed of future adventures. And until next time, play on. While we're in this maybe move quickly through one line.